specifically how I trade, my system setup in depth, explaining everything.
The entry will either be at the bottom or the entry will be at the fair value gap.
And y'all know the vibes. Yo, Naked, sponsor me. Come on. The one thing you guys need to understand, when you're not busy, you're gonna do dumb shit. When you're not busy, you're gonna fall back into bad habits. When you're not busy, you're gonna feel depressed.
Smell good, feel good. Most of the time, over trading, over leveraging, doing anything of those sorts come down to you chasing a certain feeling, chasing a certain result, whether it's a past funded account, whether it's a payout.
The same way I trade is not exactly how other people trade. The same people that learn from me don't trade exactly, but it's just understanding price action.
I think I can pass this challenge and finally get funded, man.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another video. I'm Andre Diaz, a self-employed day trader, content creator, entrepreneur, and today it is Sunday. And you know what Sunday is, you know what Saturdays are for. It's meant for getting ready for the week. It's meant for preparing so that when we come back Monday, we actually are prepared for the charts. We're not hit with anything unexpected. We're prepared. We have our confidence in our system, in ourselves, in our setup, and we just execute. But right now, before I hop onto the call with my team when it comes to going over having our weekly group call, we're going to be going over specifically how I trade, my system setup in depth, explaining everything to all the new people and even to the people that already know how I trade but want a more in-depth and actually just a better idea on how we trade on a daily basis. Just more information. Information changes situations. We're going to have that call in 30 minutes. But first, I'm about to hop on this one-on-one call with a student. So with that being said, let's hop straight into the one-on-one. I'm not going to show you much, maybe a couple clips if there's some value, but then we're going to hop straight into the recording. So let's give some value.
Yo.
You can hear me? What's up, Brody? What's up with this camera? Yeah. I tend to take people out the game is their self, just them wanting to feel better. Most of the time, over trading, over leveraging, doing anything of those sorts come down to you chasing a certain feeling, chasing a certain result, whether it's a past funded account, whether it's a payout, whether it's a withdrawal, whether it's even just feeling good about yourself because you were able to predict a winning trade. We're usually chasing like a feeling, and that's a lot of time we're like shooting ourselves in the foot when we should just be focusing on the process. Like you said, as long as you have a process and system to follow, that's the most important thing, regardless if you're winning or losing. It's just a process-based system without getting in the way of yourself long term. It's good that you're aware that you be like revenge trading, because that awareness is going to allow you to know what to improve on next. And that's the most important thing. Most people aren't aware of what they're doing right or wrong. And if you're not aware of it, what are you going to do? But at least you're aware of it. So like the only thing you can do now to stop over trading is get out of your own way, or you're gonna just have to blame yourself, because that's something that you know you can stop doing. It's something you know you shouldn't be doing. It's just a matter of now not doing it. Yeah, bro. Like a lot of times it's just like a compound effect. The day-by-day actions that we're taking are the reason we are where we are. Like I'm not where I am right now because of what I did yesterday. I'm where I am right now because of what I did 5 years ago. Where I'm gonna be in 5 years is based off of what I'm doing today. All right, hopped off that call, and now we're about to hop on a group call. Some light. Right now I'm chilling inside of a robe, party on, and I got no pants on. You didn't need to know that, but I thought you should.
So first things first, when you come to my charts, the first thing you're gonna see are my 12 a.m. opens, and they're gonna see the Asian session range. Like this is the first thing that you see on my chart when you immediately come onto it. Most people's charts aren't gonna look like this. Most people's chart are gonna look something like this. And in my opinion, there's no structure. I like to have structure. I like to be able to look at the market and be able to like read it. Like I had an analogy in yesterday's video. I was saying when you're reading a book, each word, each sentence is telling you exactly what's going to happen next. You got to look at the market the same exact way. Each candle, each sequence of candles, each session is telling you exactly what's going to be happening next. It's just about you understanding the context clues that it's leaving behind to actually take advantage of it. But first things first, I'm going to go over the 12 a.m. open. The 12 a.m. open is simply just showing me 12 a.m. every single day. Now, if you don't know what 12 a.m. is in military time, 12 a.m. in military time is just 000. 0, 0, 0, 0. And that's where all these 12 a.m. lines are. You can use the indicator like I have right now, such as the ICT New York Open. If you want to screenshot these settings, feel free. These are the settings I use for the ICT New York Open. That is the indicator. And like I said, it's just showing you 0, 0 every single day. When 12 a.m. hits tonight, I don't got to mark it up. And one thing that I always used to do is I just used to mark up the 12 a.m. myself, like with a vertical line. But when you got to do that shit every day, and then you start moving your lines around and then this shit starts moving, it's annoying. But when you have an indicator like this, it makes everything so much more structured. I can easily see the highest point of this day. I can easily see the lowest point of this day. I can easily see the highest point of this day, the lowest point of this day, the lowest point of this day, The highest point is like, see how you can easily see each day for what it is, all the price action that happened within that one day, what's happening within one whole week. You have a lot more structure, and that just simply comes from showing you the 12 a.m. open. That's how you get the 12 a.m. open. The next indicator I have is the Asian session range. So what is a schematic? A schematic is essentially like a fake representation of what I like to see within price action. So to keep it very simple, this is something I like to see within price. I like to see a range. I like to see a false break of a range. And then I like to see a gap get created to then lead price to possibly have another trade at a later date. This is exactly what I'm looking for on a daily basis. I can promise you I'm looking for this exact stuff every single day. Now in this case of the schematic, the entry will either be at the bottom or the entry will be at the fair value gap. Because why? When it comes to the two ways that we trade, we're looking for two setups. We're either looking for a false break or we're looking for a fair value gap fill. Those are the only two setups I'm looking for on a daily basis. This schematic, this is just price action. This is gonna happen all day long, every single day, every single session, every single time frame. This happens all day long. Now the main thing is that you want to be able to do is structure this within that daily candle, within that daily session, essentially. Because remember how I told you guys that we have like that divider that shows it each day? You want it to look something like this, because that Asian session is going to always range, but then this is the price action we're able to take advantage of going into the actual day. So like I said, false breaks and fair value gap fills, this is showing both of them. What is a false break? A false break is when you have an old low or an old high. And what is above old lows and old highs? Liquidity. So when price has those runs of old lows and old highs that are high probability old lows and old highs at a specific time, you're likely to get certain reactions. Now in this case, this will be a false break reaction. This would be an ideal area for you to try to catch a reversal trade, for you to try to buy as low as possible. When you're trying to buy low and sell high, false breaks are going to be one of the best things, because it's going to allow you to get damn near the best possible entry. Because if you're catching it as it reverses, you're not going to get many better entries than that. But guess what? You don't need to catch that. You don't need to try to catch the best entry. You don't need to try to catch the most aggressive entry. You can a lot of times just wait. Because I can promise you, that's when the fair value gap fill comes into it. The false break is a more aggressive trade. You'll have a lot better entries. You'll probably have even bigger trades. But when it comes to actually catching something, when it comes to actually being in the trade, when it comes to actually having confidence that it's going to do what you want, in my opinion, the fair value gap fill is going to be more useful. Because like I told you guys, everything that's already happening is telling you what's going to happen next. If we already created this low, and say that low got created, maybe for an example, this low got created during 3 a.m. London session, that is going to lead me to believe that this possibly might be the low of the day. We might not come back down here. So with that being said, I'm reading the price action, taking into consideration what might happen, and then I'm like, okay, since we ran this low already, since we dropped and got all that liquidity, the previous day is also bullish, maybe I'm going to wait for it to close, leave a gap behind, and simply wait for it to retrace into that gap. Guess what? Price might not retrace into that gap. It may come close, but guess what? Then I just won't get a trade. It may come fill that gap fully. And when it comes down to filling it fully, I can take my chance. Now, it might get stopped out wrong, but when you're taking these chances based off of how we trade, the likelihood of you having a reaction of some sort, if you're being able to read the price action correctly, is going to be key. I'm going to talk more about why London's is important in a little bit. But when you see specific things like this get created, you got to be able to trust the price action for what's going to happen next. Because if you see that you created a specific low at a specific time, maybe you even ran the previous day's low down here also. So you ran the Asian session low and you ran the previous day's low at 3 in the morning, creating the low of the day. And then you got a big push that left the gap behind. From that gap being left behind, that is when all you got to do is be patient enough to wait. You're either going to get that trade or you're not. If you wait for it to come back to it and you're actually reading everything accordingly, if the price action is going to do what it's supposed to based off of what you read, then you'll likely have a good winning trade. But this is just a brief example of what a false break and fair value gap is in schematic form. But this is what I'm looking for on a daily basis, whether it's bullish or bearish. I'm looking for this exact same shit on a daily basis, either looking to take my entry here or looking to take my entry here. But that is the schematic. If you want to screenshot it, this is very important. Very important. And now we're going to go into the actual price action of it. So with that being said, in this case, I want to go to a day that shows exactly what I'm talking about. I want a good example of it. This week was a little bit chopped. I want to find a good example of this price action. Ew, this over here looks ugly. Right over here. Okay. This is a good example. We have the Asian session range right here, right? 12 a.m. London did what? Oh, it ran this low down here. Ain't that a little similar to what I just showed you guys? But we ran the low after London. We can make this like red. But we ran the low, and then after we ran the low, what happened? Oh, we got to push higher. From that push higher, we pushed even higher. And then what got left behind? Huh? A fair value gap. And then what happened? Price did what? It retraced into that fair value gap before doing what? Pushing all the way back up. Now this is a real life example of price action doing what it's going to do. Now let me try to get this a little bit closer. Just like this. This is a real life example because I showed you guys the schematic. The schematic doesn't look just like this. It doesn't look exactly like this. But when you take the overall traits of what happened, when you take into consideration that you had the Asian session range, at what time did it run that low? Oh, at 3 a.m. The perfect example of what I just, at 3 a.m. we ran the low during London. What happened? It started to push. That's cool. We don't come to the charts until 9:30. So I also forgot to put that, like, for the time that we're actually trading, our trade time, 9 to 11 a.m. EST. If you're already in a trade at that time, that's perfectly fine. But when it comes to us actually taking advantage of these trades and everything, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. EST is where we're going to get majority of the trades. So at 3 a.m. we wouldn't have even been on the charts. So the first ideal trade of the day already happened. That's cool. I told you guys, you can miss the overall best trade of the day, but you want to now take that information that happened with you so you can get a better idea on what's going to happen next. If you saw that the low of the day got created from 3 a.m. and price immediately started going the other direction and price was already bullish, what was the previous day's trend? Bullish. Well, previous day was technically bearish, but the overall trend from the week prior was, it was overall moving up. It was overall moving bullish. So guess what? Buy low, sell high. The lowest you could have bought was at the Asian session low, but we weren't there to trade. So guess what? We just simply wait. I'm promising you guys, whenever you have these false break moves, a lot of time a gap will get left behind. When you get a lot of volume in any specific direction, a gap is going to get left behind. In this case, we consolidated for a little bit until 9 o'clock came along. 9 o'clock is what allowed us to get that full push. There's going to be times where just because you retrace into the gap doesn't mean it's going to be at your time to trade, because this came all the way back in and filled this fair value gap all the way at 14 o'clock. And I'm going to talk more about fair value gaps and stuff in a minute, but it came and filled this at 14 o'clock, which wasn't our time to trade. But in terms of the schematic itself, Asian session range, London created the low of the day after running the low. We got a push. From the push, a gap got left behind, and then it simply just retraced into the gap at a later date. Well, not even later date, just a later time before eventually continuing to go in that trend. The most important thing to take away from this is the schematic, because this same exact thing happens over and over and over and over. Maybe there's some days that it won't run that low and it'll just immediately just start pushing at 9:30. That's okay, because that 9:30 is still going to leave a gap that could be traded into at a later date. The schematic is the most important thing, because I come back over here. This is the one that I drew. It doesn't look perfect to what we just looked at, but it's damn near close.
Whole lot of game, whole lot of game, whole lot of sauce. An hour and 20 minutes of just straight sauce. I'm going to have to upload this to everyone, but yeah, look at this, bro. So y'all know how this is really good. I went over literally like 100 fucking trade examples with you. Like, trust, this says an hour, but we was in there for like an hour and for some change. Great call, but I'm about to hop on a 101 with actually Bryce. Yeah, Bryce right there. All right, 101s and everything so far done. I have some more later on, but I'm free for the morning right now. So, woke up, been up for 3 hours. I've been working for 3 hours. I got 2 one-on-one calls done. I got the group session done with the team, about an hour and 20 minutes of that. Uploaded the call for the people that came late. I also had to update some payment information for one of the members just to get everything situated and all of that. And it is now 11:40. I got to get some content posted on Instagram too, reels, some stories, all of that normal shit. And then besides that, yeah, I'm about to go take a shower. So, yeah. All right, so this is what we got. We just left the mall, and I just re-upped on some Cologne, because if you didn't know, Sephora has like a sale, and she's a full member, so we get full % off and everything. So I got a couple Colognes, and she got a couple perfumes. But I got this Burberry Hero. I've already had this before, but I got the bigger version because I ran out. Dolce & Gabbana, what's this one called? Not sure, but just the blue box. This shit right here is good. If you want to read the name or whatever this shit called, there you go. I'm not reading it. But that Dolce & Gabbana, got the 3 ounce of that one. And then I also got myself the new Valentino one. I already have this one, but I have the small version, and I love this cologne. It's cheap, it's easily to get thrown on with everything. It's a go-to, but I ran out for the most part. So I'm gonna take the small one to Puerto Rico. I'm gonna kill that joint out there, because now I got the big bottle, and I don't even gotta worry about it. So that's what we're doing. We're about to be on our way home, because she gotta go to work. Probably get some food, order some food, whatever we do with that. Oh, and yeah. We got flowers too from this guy that was selling them on the side of the road. Blue flowers, and I was about to say red, but yellow. You can add them to the little collection at the house. I think there's red. What is it? The yellow ones are real. So we have another pair of yellow real flowers at the house. We need a vase. There's a vase somewhere. Matter of fact, the vase is in here.
Why is it?
It's over there. Or is that like a cup? Great workout. Come on, y'all know the vibes. Yo, Naked, sponsor me. Come on, sponsor me. This almighty mango be hitting different. Also, I know Aston Hall got Sarasota. Evian, come on. What you gotta do? What I gotta do to get a sponsorship, Evian? But now, all jokes to the side, I just had a great workout. There's like, I can't give you the feeling of having a successful day and successful workout. It's just unbeatable. It's just a mental, physical feeling that I can't give you. Like when your legs are just sore, but you're like sweating, but it like feels good. For the people that know, you know exactly what I mean. But I have about 30 minutes till I have to start hopping on more one-on-ones. I'm about to chill out here, drink these drinks, probably get some content for Instagram and everything. Just try to stay as busy as possible. The thief of all joy, try to stay as busy as possible. The one thing you guys need to understand, when you're not busy, you're gonna do dumb shit. When you're not busy, you're gonna fall back into bad habits. When you're not busy, you're gonna feel depressed. Stay as busy as possible. The job's not done. If you're not happy with where you are in life, there's no reason you should be just relaxing right now. I'm not, so why are you? Here's like your, just like being active, being more on social media, content-wise and everything. But how's your trading and everything going? Nah, I got you. Nah, that's good. So everything, the main thing when it comes to system stuff, everything is always going to be to each his own. Like the same way I trade is not exactly how other people trade. The same people that learn from me don't trade exactly, but it's just understanding price action. Price action is going to be the same price no matter what. No matter if we trade differently, if we're looking at the same chart, the chart's going to do this, whatever it's going to do, regardless how either of us perceive it. It's just going to do what it's going to do. And that's one thing with the market. It's all perception at the end of the day. What have you been trading on of recent? I recommend Top Step gives you a demo account. Since you bought the Combine, they also give you a practice account. I recommend trying and practicing with the practice first so you can get used to the contract size. Just get used to actually doing it without letting it affect your actual Combine, because you don't want to take an L and stuff because you did something you just didn't understand. You know what I mean? Just, I would say, spend like maybe 1 week on the demo, get used to it so that when you go onto it, it's not like completely like confusing. Because even say you take a good trade, if something fucks up in terms of maybe you risk too much or something was just like in that terms, a lot of recommend, like if you haven't watched all of it, that's a good one, especially if you weren't able to be there this morning, because I went over a lot. It's a longer session too. Like it's one of the longer ones. All right, so now everything is straight. So you're trading and everything, like I was saying with Top Step would be good to just go through the challenge and everything, like it's not challenge, go through the demo first, because it's gonna get you like a good idea of how to use Top Step, how to use TradingView and everything and trade. Since you're moving from Trade Locker, it's gonna be a little bit different. It's not gonna be too different, but it will be different. And like I said, you don't wanna make a mistake and then have that just because you didn't understand it, you know what I mean? But it's easily learned. Like I would also say if you wanna get even ahead of it, like even early, now matter of fact, you have the challenge. To what, edit?
Yeah, I use CapCut, but I edit on my iPad.
What do you like edit like long videos? Or do you just like cut it short? 12. Like how long, like what videos do you be editing to like make clips? You can use something they have, this app is called Opus Clips. Like if you put a video into it or cut it into a whole bunch of different clips using AI, and then from there you can download whichever one you like.
I try that. So when you like schedule, do you have like a type of certain schedule? Like one time?
I would say the main thing is just do it as much as possible in the beginning. Like if you gotta stick to certain times, do it like in the morning and at night. But if you can do it as much as possible, do it like every hour as much as you can, type vibe.
I know you started off. It wasn't always vlogs.
I wouldn't even start with vlogs. Vlogs I didn't start till like a year ago. You know what's funny? I've only been doing vlogs for probably like going on a year now. Like I'm going to Puerto Rico in like 3-4 days. Like around the time I went to Puerto Rico a year ago is around the time I started daily vlogging, because I posted my Puerto Rico vlog. Like for the people that have been around since then, like my Puerto Rico vlog, and then from there I came back and I was just, I don't know, I was just on a, but I just came like back from Puerto Rico and I was just like, man, I'm gonna just daily upload. I don't know what, honestly don't know what led me to do it. Whatever, watching videos, I was inspired, I was motivated, whatever, one thing led to the next. I started doing it every day, and then from there, I caught traction with like some views, probably going on to a month. If I take you inside of the content and I go to say maybe, I wish I could go a year ago. I would go like this. Let me just do it the opposite. These are all the other videos I have. Like, this one has a decent amount of views, 1,400 views. This is my first video on the channel, but that's just because people go to,
Like your first video.
yeah, they like go to the first video to watch it, so that's why they do that. But let me move these dogs. But like I was saying, like yeah, they went back to this first video, which is why it has views. But besides this, look at all these. These are short videos. These weren't even me even talking in the video yet. These were just straight, just a video, just like by itself. Like this, maybe I might have been talking, but I don't even think I would have had face cam. Hey yo, I'm getting errored.
So you were just doing shit on the screen.
I think it's because I can't like copyright show them, probably like since I'm on here with you.
Okay.
But like all these, I was just straight chart stuff. And then if you also go, these were actual videos. These were posted videos. What is an order block? This is 3,000. This is a video that did decent back then. I have another video that has like 10,000 views from back then. Let me see. Because then I started, like, you can see all these different videos. Look at the dates though, June 2021. All these are still chart. You can see the thumbnails started changing up. I started trying to look, how stuff kind of progressed over time. The thumbnails started changing. Boom, I started using kind of face stuff. And look, this video on how I went from 776 credit, 776 credit in 2021, 700 views, refining my order blocks. This fair value guy video, this is the one I was talking about. This has 11,000 views. This was from 2021, but these weren't nothing crazy. It was just like one hit here and there. And all these views didn't come off rip. These were like later. 5,000 views, this was later. Like this is at 2021. I'm still working, everything. Like these are still like, I'm only maybe a year going into 2 years of trading, just because it's like giving just stuff on what I was doing. Like not necessarily even teaching nobody, just doing this. And then when I started doing the daily range case studies, these were daily videos. Like these were, I did daily videos for probably like 200 something days with daily range case studies. And I started that in January 2022. So January is really that year where I kind of had that breakout. That's the year I moved to Florida. That's the year everything started. I just like was doing stuff, but I wasn't really getting views or anything. You could even see like I was posting daily range case studies, but these weren't getting views. And these may have 70 something views, 740 views now. They were getting like 5, 10 back in the actual like time of it. Like keep in mind, I've got over 2 million views now, and these videos still are on my channel with 60 views. You get what I'm saying? So look at all these. These are all still 2022. No vlogs ever. This is just 100% charts. These were charts just every day. Just every day charts, live trades, just charts, live trades. Mind you, these aren't even the actual live streams, bro. None of these were live streams yet. These are all just actual posted videos. Just posted regular little videos, just charts, charts, charts. We never got views back then. But then this is when I moved to Florida. You can see I'm in Florida at this point. This is when I'm actually living on my own. But I was still doing the same videos. Like the content didn't change anything in my life at that point. I was just making money from trading. Like you can see the lifestyle stuff. I was still like living my life, but I wasn't getting views. But then around this time, 2023 though, I started seeing what was possible. I started uploading a couple videos here and there that weren't the chart breakdowns, and they got a little views. Full-time day trading at 20, episode 1. That was kind of like a vlog. It was only 8 minutes, 1,200 views. Then I uploaded another one. A couple, like mind you, I'm not even doing everything. I did that 5 days later. Weekend of a full-time trader, episode 2, 900 views. These didn't get as many views, but these got like 200, 300 views back then. So compared to getting usually 30, 40, that was a big step. Struggling, and you can see I started doing more like a actual lifestyle. And then at this time, I moved to my second apartment. So around the time I started doing these videos, I moved out my first apartment. I moved down because I was like losing money at this point. Like this was a point to where I was kind of struggling. I was already going 2-3 years into my trading, 2 years, like almost a year into full-time trading, just kind of figuring out, but no content, nothing besides trading at this point. But then I started kind of showing lifestyle of it. And around this time, this is when I started going crazy. Not even going crazy, but this is when I started getting consistent with it. Not even consistent to the point of every day, but consistent to the point of me just having the habit of wanting to post, not caring about the views, just posting, just trying different things. And you can see it started getting more consistent. December 6th, December 12th, December 14th, December 20th, December 20th, every day yet. but it started getting to it. And then you can see stuff starts slowly changing. Like you can still slowly see all how these thumbnails are changing, how everything is gradually turning into something different. You also see the views are slowly changing, not by a lot, but you can see the average video is doing a little bit better. And I started doing vlogs here. This is around the time I started vlogging. January 10th, January 12th, January 12th. I upload 2 videos on that day. Don't know how I did that. But January 15th. Why are there 2 videos on that day? Really think about it though. I don't know. Neither here nor there. January 15th, 16th, 18th. You can see I started doing it daily. And around this time, this is when I was like locked in just with content to the point where I wasn't necessarily didn't know what was working or not. But right here, look, how I plan to make $1 million trading. This was a video that, I still have that whiteboard with everything written on it. And this was February 12th, 2024. So like, yeah, almost a year ago. Like around this time. And then wait for it. We're coming around the time where I go to Puerto Rico. Right here. We went to 72 hours on the island. This is the Puerto Rico vlog. And then from there, look at the days. March 2nd, March 3rd, March 4th, March 5th, March 6th, March 7th, March 8th, March 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's when I got into it. And then mind you, look, this is around the time. Look at the views.
3,005K, 714.
132,000 on that one. 3,600 on this one. 32. Like these are now getting a couple thousand. And the ones that were hitting, I got 100,000. This one that's hitting, 14,000. And this is like more lifestyle now. This is almost a year ago now. Like a year since March. This is like still less than a year. We come a little bit over. Like you can literally see the type of content that I start, but this is like almost a damn near year now of like consistent going every day. And like none of these videos are like, I'm not consistently bringing in 100,000 views yet. But I mean, you see how the progression went from a couple hundred to a couple thousand. Now give me another 2 years. Give me another year. One of my videos might hit 1 million now. You get what I'm saying? But it's just like that progression. Look, this is just every day just doing the same exact thing. This is when I really got into the hat. Look, April 2nd, April 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. 10th? I did 2 in a day again. Don't know how I did that. 11th, 12th, 13th. But you can start seeing, and then the average views is just consistently a little bit bigger. Just consistently a little bit bigger. And now, look where we are now. I'll just take it back to where we are.
Okay.
Where we are now. Averaging a little bit, but mind you, these are in the days now. This is what I'm averaging in a couple days in a week. This isn't after getting 2 million views and then they go back to look at them all. This is what they get from the day from the people that are already following me. You get what I'm saying? And it's just, that just goes to show it's possible. I mean, I wasn't always doing vlogs, but once I started seeing what was working, I just kept doing it.
Start YouTube?
I was doing YouTube before trading. Like if I'll just show you, I'll just give you some free game. I ain't gonna show the camera.
Hey,
Yo, you can hear me? You can see me? Yo.
you there?
Yo.
Oh, there go my dog. What up,
What's
buddy?
going on, Birdie? How you doing? Now, how was your trading week?
Yeah, my bad. Good, man. I actually, this week was the best week I've had in a long time, man. I was actually down on this 50K challenge I got, and then I brought it all the way back up, and now I'm up 500 on the account.
Nah, good work, good work.
So it was good, man. It was a good week. I only took 9 trades.
I saw the P&L and everything. You were catching trades for the most part all week. Even the break-evens are still a W trade if you didn't lose money.
That's how I look. Yep. That's
And
how
especially
I look
if you're
at it,
taking trades that nobody else called out for you, if you're able to actually get in the trades yourself, because it's also going to build confidence. Like that same confidence now that you're going to have from having a winning week, from being able to see it and do it yourself, you're going to be able to take into next week. So even if you have a losing week, that's still experience and that's still W's that nobody could give you that. You are able to do it yourself, and that's going to help you move forward because it's going to lead to you. Why are you going to be able to keep doing it forward? Because if you could do it that last week, there's no reason you can't do it again. And if you can do it again, there's no reason why you can't pass an account. You could just do the same thing you did for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Then that's the only thing different between getting a payout and what you're doing now. It's just time.
And then I'm up 5. I think I'm up 5 now on the account. Like I can honestly see that if I can just keep doing this, then I think I could pass this challenge and finally get funded, man. I don't know, something changed in the last couple weeks. I just decided.
I always tell people you just get
actually
sick and
follow my
tired.
rules
Bright ass bathroom, bro. In Monsters Inc.
So close to the candle that is running, it takes me out quick, like seconds.
Like in terms of like you take a trade and it just like stops you out, or like your stop loss.
Yeah, stop loss. Like
Stop loss. Came to like the indexes, we're probably moving a couple hundred points a day. Right now, we're probably moving a couple thousand points a day. So it's just a lot bigger ranges. So if maybe you were used to using a certain stop loss, this week it might have been significantly smaller. Because even me, I'm usually risking about 30 to 50 points. This week I was risking like 200 points per trade. So that's like a damn near double. And I only did that because the ranges were so wide. it was hard to be able to catch something with the smaller stop loss. That could have been something that maybe happened. I just would need to know depending on what your stop loss was. Like, do you remember what your stop loss was? Like maybe tick wise or point wise?
I never go higher 13.
13? Like what?
Yeah. Let me do it real quick so I could show you. Let's do this one. This just open up right now.
So one
let's
thing
say that I wanna do it like right here.
As you guys can see, the one that I got earlier, I got this Dolce & Gabbana. That one's good. I also got this Burberry Hero. I've had both of these before. Both of them are good. I just wanted to get the bigger versions. And then I also got my Valentino Roma. This is just a bigger version of this one because it's gonna run out. But for all you guys that wanna know my colognes, I'm gonna just give you guys a little glimpse of everything because I'm telling you guys, feel good, smell good. Smell good, feel good. Valentino, I got Margiela Jazz Club replica. I got something Oud Mineral, Tom Ford. Personally, this makes me feel like an old man. I wouldn't recommend this unless you like it. This is like a good outdoors, like it gives me summer vibes, gives me going out to like a cookout vibe. This one, Mason what is this? This one like Marse's France, this Amiri's, this is great. This one costs about $250 though. This is a little bit taxed, but this is one of my favorite ones. Just showed you this. This is another one. This is a great one. This is Lemon Mint. This is an Italian brand. I'm sure none of you guys have even heard of this. Monsieur. It is lemon mint and it is amazing. That one's about $250, but it's a 4 fluid ounce, so it's a good John. I have this Saint Laurent right here. I also have another Saint Laurent over here. This is Saint Laurent Myself Black. I personally prefer this one over that one, personally. This one I showed you. I have another Valentino. This is like a limited edition Valentino. If you know, you know. I got this Dolce & Gabbana, which is the one. So I have 2 Dolce & Gabbanas. I have Chanel de Bleu Parfum. This is the good one. Don't get the other one. Get this one. You will thank me later. The Burberry I showed you. I have Invictus. I've had this one for a long time. This is really like a throw on. That one reminds me of this one, Spice Bomb by Victor Rolf. And then those two both remind me of this one. So like these 3 are like very similar in senses. I have Versace Eros, great John. I also have this one that was a gift from Quan. So Quan, if you're watching this, I appreciate you, Brody. He's one of the first people that I met out here in Tampa. So appreciate you, bro, for that gift. And then I have lastly, this Dior Sauvage I've had for so long, but personally, I don't like it as much. I used to like it, but I don't know what happened. But that is my cologne collection. Not bad. Then you got the watch with the watch. 1, 2, 3, 4 coming soon. All right, and you saw it's nice and neat and everything in the room over there. My OCD, after being on these calls for the last couple hours looking at this kitchen, is fucking my head up. You know what time it is? Time to clean. And team, this is where the video is going to be coming to a abrupt end. I honestly spent most of my day on one-on-one calls, editing content, and I'm pretty sure this vlog is like 20 something, probably damn near 30 minutes long. And I don't want to be that guy that's making 40, 60-minute vlogs. Unless you want it. Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you want that shit. But make sure if you want to work with me one-on-one, I got 4 more spots in the description. First link, you can apply. And if you're accepted, we can change your life, make your first 5 figures when it comes to trading. And everything that you see me doing on a daily basis, you'll be able to be a part of the team. But if you also want to get the free trading training, the second link in the description. I love you guys. Stay safe, stay productive, and we're going to be back tomorrow with a daily video. Be back tomorrow this week following our rules and having another blessed week and another great week. So with that being said, let's make it happen. I'm going to see you tomorrow.